Hey guys, it's Beth from Beth Creations. For today's video, I thought we'd try out these bad boys. These are Grayscale markers from Five Below. They are dual tip. They've got a fine chisel and a fine point nib on them. And I thought it'd be fun to give them a shot and see how they perform. Full confession though, I don't really work with markers a lot, so this may be interesting. But I thought we'd swatch them out first, and then do a little drawing or sketch, doodle, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I'll tell you my thoughts. And I will say there is a pretty good range of grays and dark grays in this. It's a really neat set. Okay, so the warm gray was dried out, so it's junk. We've got 3 left, and that's the only issue so far. This one's also called warm gray, so it must not be like terribly different. Okay, so there's everything swatched out. This is the marker that didn't. It's not going to focus. That didn't work because it was dried out, which it happens. Yeah, so it's the only thing left to do now. I don't know why this camera's not liking me today. The only thing left to do now is do a little drawing. So this is my second attempt. The first time I tried drawing with these markers, I kind of rushed it, and you really can't do that with these markers or any markers. So I rushed it and it looked really bad. So I started again. I pulled up a reference photo, and yeah, it's not my best work, but for not really drawing with markers that much, I didn't think it was terrible. These were really fun to work with. Definitely would want something underneath your paper to prevent the markers from bleeding onto the next page or onto your table. They're quite juicy. And yeah, another thing I found out was the smoother the paper, the better. And I started out with like a watercolor paper, which it did okay on, but it was way better with the smoother paper. Live and learn, right? Overall, though, these markers performed pretty well. I don't really have any complaints. Then again, though, I don't really use markers a lot, but it was fun. Definitely something I want to do some more of. I had a lot of fun. I like drawing the trees and the foliage. So by the time I got done, I got to the point where I was drawing the grass. I did kind of rush it. I was ready to be done. But it was a fun little drawing, and yeah, I would say worth the $5.